Netflix and Amazon Prime release new shows every single day. New movies, new stories, new characters. And yet you still press play on Harry Potter again for the 7th time. Why do millions of people ignore endless new content and keep rewatching the same shows and movies they already know by heart? This isn't laziness. This is psychology. Here's the uncomfortable truth. People who rewatch the same shows are not bored. They are actually doing something their brain desperately needs. And once you understand what that is, you'll never watch your comfort shows the same way again. Think about it. After a long, exhausting day, you scroll for 20 minutes, skip everything, and finally say, "Let me just watch one episode of Friends or The Office or Breaking Bad or Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone." You already know every scene, every line, every ending. But somehow it still feels good. And you're not alone. Millions of people do this silently, repeatedly, without knowing why. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your brain feels safe when you rewatch familiar stories, what anxiety, stress, and uncertainty have to do with your watch list, and what rewatching reveals about your emotional state, not your taste. This video might explain more about you than you expect. Psychologists, neuroscientists, and behavioral researchers have studied this habit for years. And, surprisingly, rewatching isn't linked to low intelligence or lack of creativity. It's linked to emotional regulation, predictability, and mental survival in a chaotic world. Let's break it down. When you rewatch a show like Harry Potter, your brain already knows who lives, who dies, how it ends. There is zero uncertainty. And that's the key. Your brain loves predictability because unpredictability equals danger. In real life, everything feels uncertain. Jobs, relationships, money, future. But when Harry enters Hogwarts for the first time, your brain relaxes because it knows what's coming. Psychologically, your brain is always scanning for threats. New shows require effort. New characters, new conflicts, new emotional risks. But familiar shows require nothing. You already trust them, that's why rewatching feels like emotional shelter, not entertainment. Here's something most people don't realize. You're not rewatching the show. You're rewatching who you were when you first watched it. Maybe you watched Harry Potter as a child, Friends during college, The Office during a tough phase in life. Your brain connects the show to a simpler time. So when life gets heavy, your mind goes back to where it felt lighter. When you rewatch familiar content, your brain releases dopamine without stress. New shows create dopamine mixed with anxiety. What if it's bad? What if I waste my time? Old shows, pure comfort dopamine. That's why people struggling with stress, loneliness, or burnout rewatch more often. Here's the darker truth. People rewatch shows more during anxiety, depression, emotional exhaustion, because rewatching gives control. You can't control life, but you can control a story you already know. You decide when it starts, when it ends, how it feels. And that sense of control is powerful. People say stop rewatching, explore something new. But psychology says rewatching is not avoidance. It's self-regulation. Your brain is calming itself the only way it knows how. Ever notice something interesting? Comfort shows usually have familiar characters, predictable arcs, emotional warmth, humor, or clear moral lines. That's why shows like Friends, The Office, How I Met Your Mother are endlessly rewatched. They don't surprise you, they hold you. When you're mentally tired, social interaction feels draining. But watching familiar characters gives your brain a fake social interaction. Your mind feels I'm not alone, even though you are. This is why rewatching increases during lonely phases. Harry Potter is one of the most rewatched franchises in the world. Why? Because it offers a clear good versus evil world belonging houses, friendships, growth, and meaning. In a confusing real world, Hogwarts feels structured. Your brain loves that. Rewatching doesn't mean you're stuck. It means you seek safety. You value emotional familiarity. Your brain is protecting you. The problem is not rewatching. The problem is never asking why you need it. Ask yourself this: why do I return to this show specifically during hard times? What emotion does it give me? Comfort, belonging, control. The answer tells you more about your mental state than your watch history ever could. If this video made you understand yourself a little better, hit the like button. And if you enjoy psychology-based videos that actually explain why you feel what you feel, subscribe to the channel. You're not alone in this. Because here's the most interesting part. Psychologists believe that the shows you rewatch the most might be quietly revealing the emotional needs you're not meeting in real life. And once you notice that you can't unsee it,